It's Tuesday, the 29th day of August 2023. Hello and welcome to the newspaper review on Tap TV. You know what the show is all about? It's a place where we get to look at stories making the front page of newspaper across Nigeria. We get to look at them, discuss them, and of course, dissect them. I'm your host for today. My name is Sophia John, and I won't be doing this alone. I'm joined by my very gorgeous political analyst, Kosi. Kosi, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm glowing as usual.
As usual. You know, I must compliment you anytime we come on the show.
Like it's as if I'm anticipating it. So I'm looking forward to that. To this moment, actually.
You know, you're always looking beautiful.
Aww,
I don't know. You need to share your beauty tips. You need to really tell us what is the secret. You need to tell us. I know the viewers are dying to know. What's the secret?
As I always say, and I will keep on saying that you should always be happy.
Yes.
No matter the economy, no matter the situation you're facing, come out, put your head high.
Yes.
And go, move. You go get that girl. That's what I tell myself every morning.
Wow, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
You're most welcome. I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you so much. We are happy to have you too.
Oh, thank you.
You can also be a part of the show. Like, comment, subscribe, press the red button below this video and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all our social media handles. We're on Instagram, TapTV_NJ. We're on Twitter, TapTV_NJ. We are also on Facebook, TapTVNG. And of course, we are also on TikTok too, TapTV_NG. So do well to follow us on all those platforms. All right, without no further ado, we'd like to head over to our first newspaper of today. We'll be looking at the Leadership newspaper. The Leadership is leading with a story on page 4. I won't tolerate underperformance. Tinubu warns ministers. A subheadline under that outline 8 priority areas to revive ailing Nigerians' economy. Can read that up on page 4 of the Leadership newspaper. NLC gives IGP 48 hours to withdraw police officers from NURTW office. That's on page 10 of the Leadership newspaper. Drama as Obaseki disbands Shaibu's media crew. That's on page 18 of the Leadership newspaper. Ibetokun, PSC retires 4 DIGs for violating police tradition. Can read that up on page 12 of the Leadership newspaper. Troops rescue 25 kidnapped victims from terrorists in Borno. That's on page 10 of the Leadership. And that's all we'll be taking on the newspaper for today. Let's head over to the comment. Kosi, I would like you to share your thoughts on the lead story on the Leadership. I won't tolerate underperformance. Tinubu warns ministers. On page 4, that he said that at the FEC meeting, which he chaired. I think our ministers are gearing up to solve our problems. Nigeria is currently in an economic crisis. The warnings we have been getting, I wish we see a positive result from all the warnings we have been getting. We had warning from the minister of the FCT, Wike, when he was threatening, should I use the word threatening, the Abuja officials that he will remove anybody that underperforms. So it looks like they are gearing up to solve Nigerians' problem. Well, it's actually a welcome development. Can you?
Well, like you said, yeah, it's actually a welcome development, but I just feel they will keep the fire they are using and burning, because you know there's something they normally say, like once you enter into an office newly, you start gearing up and you start there's something they always say after the initial gra. Understand? So this like I just hope this is not just the initial gra, that is something that they'll keep on doing. And I want to applaud the president for his 8-point agenda.
Okay.
And I want to applaud him because it's really not easy. He talked about fighting corruption, which has always been on the mouth of many politicians, right? Like once you enter, that's the first thing, corruption. Then insecurity too is one of his 8-point agenda. Then creation of jobs, which you know that Nigeria, since even this year, the unemployment rate has increased to 33 point something %. So, and in terms of rule of law, that's okay. Rule of law, yeah, he talked about making law the absolute, like the absolute, being absolute among every other person, being the highest, and because that's what every country is supposed to keep, that's keeping their rule of law.
Yeah.
Then in terms of food security too, owing to the fact that the country has, the price of food has been on the increase, and a whole lot of things has been happening. Also healthcare, which is very, very important, because we've seen, since he's coming to the office, we've seen cases like where the health center is has not been managed properly, and in terms of strike, we've seen how they've gone on different they went on strike last month, right? And we've seen a whole lot of things, and now I want to talk about the rule of law. Yeah, let's bring this 8-point agenda, right? And if you look at it, you see that I feel, if I'm just thinking, if this is what he wants to do, right, that's a very welcoming development.
Yeah.
But ever since he entered, I feel the first thing he should do now is to give the judiciary their independence, which they've been clamoring for, right? Because so they'll be able to carry out their duties without fear of being removed, or without fear of anything. Because the rule of law, I mean the judiciary, they are the checkmate, right? If he actually wants to keep this rule of law, first of all, he should give the judiciary their independence, and then let them have the right to carry out what they know, because they've presented every evidence and all that. And in terms of security, we've had the stories where it's as if it's on daily basis. You wake up, you're seeing Plateau states on fire,
Yes.
Boko Haram,
Attack.
Al-Qaeda, a whole lot of things. Unknown gunmen, we've heard a whole lot of things. And there's something I was going through the newspaper, I was last week, right, rather, and I saw something. They're saying that the Southeast insecurity is attributed to the detention of Nnamdi Kanu, unlawful detention of Nnamdi Kanu, which you know that as of last year, beginning of this year, something, that the judge, they've already granted him bail, you understand? But now they're still detaining him. So what is he going to do about it? Since he said he's going to uphold to the rule of law, which is okay. So I feel he should start from there. Even in terms of MFLA, the court has granted him 200 million bail, right? Then why are they making it look like the judge or the judiciary, they are just toothless bull, like they just back and nothing is being done about it? So if he actually wants to uphold the rule of law, he should start from those areas and start tackling some of those issues, you understand? And also in terms of this security too, he should, in terms of this thing, he should deploy some securities, and also make provision for ammunitions. You understand? So a whole lot of things. And if it's not as if I'm not hopeful because this is not the first time I've seen governments, new government, once they come in, they'll give empty promises and they'll end up not doing anything.
This has always been
exactly
the talk.
This is
security,
like pattern.
food,
healthcare,
a
whole lot of creation of jobs.
We've been
Till now, it's as if nothing has been done. So, and also, if you look at the ministerial list, you see that is it more of compensation,
Yes, that's a question.
or based on capability? Because judging from what happened during the election, you see that most people on that list are people that fought behind him. Quite all right, it's good to compensate them, but are you compensating them based on their ability or just because they are loyalists? So he needed people that will be around him that are loyalists, people that will fight for him. To me, I feel that's not a good government. I don't know if you share the same idea with me, but I feel that if he actually want them to serve Nigerians, they should be appointed based on their merits, and not just because they actually fought during his election time, right?
Yes.
So to me, I feel that yes, he said that they are here as our servants and they are here to service us. But to me, this is just mere talk. He's kind of trying to contradict himself. That's how I feel it, because judging from the ministerial list, you see that most of the things that are being done, like most of the people there, are not actually coming there to serve. Those people, most of them are just coming there because they are being appointed because of the fight they fought. So most of them are his loyalists. So that's my own thing. And if, in terms of the agenda, 8-point agenda, if he's able to carry it out, then I don't think Nigeria the expectation it will actually make Nigerians happy.
Yeah.
Right? It will actually make it, let's just use that word, it will actually make Nigeria happy to see someone that we've relied on. Because ever since this new government came in, a whole lot of things have been happening. Like, it's as if we jump from frying pan to fire. You understand? So that's my own view on it.
All right, Nigerians in a deep economic crisis, so we actually need solutions on every sector of the economy. Our educational sector needs to gear up, our security needs to gear up, the food sector. So ministers, work. Please work. Do your job well. That's all we are asking.
Exactly.
All right, let's move over to our next newspaper of the day. We'll be looking at the Daily Trust. The Daily Trust is leading with a story. President Tinubu unveils 8-point agenda. Sub-stories under that: warns ministers against underperformance. We inherited very bad government, says Edu. Find short-term solutions to fuel subsidy removal. Forest crisis, expert tells FG. You can read that up on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Cameroon notified us 7 days after opening Ladon Dam. That's according to the federal government. You can read that up on page 5 of the newspaper. 250 billion naira gas expansion fund dominant for 4 years. That's according to the federal government. Also, you can also read that on page 19 of the Daily Trust newspaper. PSC retires 4 DIGs for not leaving after Abe Tokun's appointment. You can read that up on page 5 of the newspaper. Tribunal, Kanu APC declares fasting prayers for 48 hours after NMPP's... Okay, let me take that again. Tribunal, Kanu APC declares fasting prayers for 48 hours after NMPP. You can read that up on page 10 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Residents invade Bayelsa warehouse, loot spoiled 2022 palliative. I'll read that again. Residents invade Bayelsa warehouse, loot spoiled 2022 palliative. That's on page 16. Is that another palliative issue again?
So is that,
you know what happened during the COVID-19?
that one is really hell, because I don't know how they were able to keep some palliative while Nigerians are suffering. I really don't understand this government or this Nigerian government, because a whole lot of things has been done to the citizen and no one cares. Like, people we are suffering, we are. Do you know, actually, that 2020 palliative, I wasn't aware that there's something like palliative. It was when they discovered one. I can't remember the first state they discovered it. Before people started looking, and they said you hear stories of how they discovered this one in states. And I'm asking, why are people wicked? Why are the government wicked that they cannot disperse it to others?
Why was those palliative kept? That's the first question to consider. Why? What was the reason?
To me, I feel they kept it because of the upcoming election. So they will use it, which is wrong, which is something they've meant to. They gave it to them to cushion the effect of the COVID. Then why did they hid it out? Why? And seriously, you can't keep the food and expect Nigerians to be looking at it like that. I was really happy that they were able to discover it, because assuming they didn't, many people would have died. Okay, not really died, but the suffering would have increased. But assuming they shared it accordingly, all these people, some people were displaced during the COVID-19. Some ended up losing their lives. Some, even despite the government's warning, they had to come out, because most of them depend on the daily income to survive. You can't tell me that you shouldn't come out, whereas you know that if you don't come out that day, that means you don't have any hope for your family of feeding. It's not as if, assuming you're feeding only like just you know that you can
let's go back in time
yourself.
And the time we had the first this kind of palliative issue back in 2020. Am I correct? Should I say 2020 or 2021 during the COVID-19?
2020 was COVID, but 19, it was after the COVID when it rested, like when it was going.
There were provisions for palliative to be distributed, because everyone was asked to stay at home, stay back in their houses, and there were provisions for those palliative to be given to them, so they won't have to go out and they will have something to eat. Those palliative were supposed to be distributed during the lockdown period, but this palliative, unfortunately, were kept, for some reasons best known to the Nigerian government, were kept locked to spoil until smart Nigerians discovered it.
Exactly what you're saying. Like, and that's what I'm saying. If, assuming they didn't discover it, what would have happened? Like, what would have become of most Nigerians that depend on daily income to survive? What would have happened? So that's what I'm saying, that I really don't understand why the Nigerian government can't put the interest of the citizen first. Because a country that puts the interest of the citizen will know that these people, my people, really need this. That to make provisions on how to disburse this thing, so it will reach the people on the grassroots, because those are the people that need it more.
Yes.
You understand? Though the average people need it, but the people that need it more, the people they should concentrate on, is the ones, the grassroots, the people that they don't even have hope of surviving, if not on that.
Like the case that happened in Bayelsa yesterday. That was for flood. That palliative was specifically
that happened
for flooding.
Last year. As if the government has not learned. I don't really understand. Do you know the reason why? This is one of the reasons why Nigeria doesn't trust the Nigerian government, because you're promising us something, you are doing another thing. Your actions are not tallying with your words.
Okay.
You understand? They promised to give us palliative, but it's just mere words. But at the back, they are losing it. Palliative in Nigeria is like, it's a big scam.
It's a big
scam, because it's an avenue for them to loot it. They will tell you, imagine this, even the palliative of the 5 billion they are giving it to the states. As of last week or last 2 weeks, the Castina came out to say it was just 2 billion that they collected. Where is the 3 billion?
And there was even controversies in the palliative sharing in Gombe.
There
was news that it was given to only APC members. We don't know, although they came out to debunk that, as they called it a rumor, but we don't know how true that is.
Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki came out to say that his government has not, that his state has not collected. So I'm asking, what is holding them? Tinubu came out to say that he's sorry that most states have not collected their palliative, but he cannot force he cannot, even though he like, okay, it was like that. People advised him to get a committee that will enforce it, but he cannot force those people to that even when they give it to the state, that he cannot force the states to share it to their citizens. Yeah, you cannot force it, but to some extent, at least give it to them first. Because most states have come out to say that they've not received any, which is this something that has been done since it's going to 1 month now, and they've not received any.
My worries is what happens to this palliative once they have been given out to states. Look at what happened in Bayelsa yesterday.
They will lose their own.
Those palliative were kept in warehouse to
This
spoil.
is something that happened last year.
Won't we not see a repeat of this thing in this present palliative?
I'm not surprised. I won't be surprised, because I remember as of last year, people lost their home. People were walking on like it was. Imagine you walking. Like the water has covered you, that you have to be using cane to enter your house. And these people, most of their properties were damaged.
They were damaged, yes.
And nothing, the government did nothing. They said they brought out palliative this thing, whereas most of them, they'll hoard it. Why? Why is it so? We all know that Bayelsa is riverine area. And once this thing, because of the dam, that once it's rainy season like this, that's what they experience. So why won't the government of Bayelsa also make some provisions to reduce this impact of flooding? I know it won't totally go, but at least we reduce it. Last year was the worst. Like a lot of people lost their homes to flooding, which is wrong. A government that cares or that claims to care for the citizen should know that there are precautions to be taken for to keep the security and the well-being of the citizens safe. That's it. So I really don't understand Nigerian government. I really don't understand. To me, I've always said it, and I'll say it again, that I don't have any hope on this government. Whatever they are doing, I'll just be looking. Because no matter how you try it, I know it's not easy to be there, but there are things that are meant to be done that they should have done, at least so that it will save. So a whole lot of things that they're supposed to do to safeguard to safeguard the interests of the citizen, they haven't done it. All they want is once you enter, they will be looking my own. Let me collect for my generation first, my extended family, before thinking about Nigerians, which is wrong. They are there to serve us. They should put the interests of Nigerians as their paramount, and not doing it as if they are just going there to loot. I used to say that the way they are fighting for this government position, assuming they are fighting for it to serve us, you see a lot of people won't like to be in politics. But because they know it's for their own selfish gain, they know what they will gain. So it's really painful. It's really painful. I don't even know.
It's really sad to see a country that have over half of its population suffering. And you see things like that. Palliative that was supposed to help people alleviate their sufferings during the flooding in Bayelsa were kept in a warehouse to spoil. That's the most annoying part. Most of those palliatives are spoiled already.
And they even came out to debunk it to say that as long as if you've carried it, just don't eat it. How can you be so like, how can Bayelsa government be this heartless? Something that they should have used. What's the essence of keeping it there? Why? For what? You're looking at how your citizens are suffering, but there are things that you're supposed to bring out for them to at least question, at least for that moment, to put a smile on the homeless, to put a smile on the people that are suffering. But they left it there to spoil. Do you know about 10, I don't know about, I feel, okay, it's about 10 bags of rice there.
10 bags of rice.
Like, to spoil. That 10 bags of rice is someone's, like, heaven. Even if it's half, just be sharing it to them. Seriously, I really don't understand Nigerian government. It's really pissing me off. But we can't do anything. What can we do? Just keep on hoping. At least my happiness is Nigerians are hardworking people. So that's the only thing that is saving us or saving most of us.
All right, we're going on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be taking our last newspaper for the day, so stay tuned.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
All right, welcome back. This is still the newspaper review on Tap TV. We'll be taking our last newspaper for the day. We'll be looking at the Vanguard newspaper. The Vanguard is leading with the story. First FEC meeting, revive ailing economy, Tinubu orders ministers. That's on page 5 of the Vanguard. Obi will soon be declared Nigerian's president, Abure tells Nigerians in the US. You can read that on page 11 of the newspaper. Kwara CP declares man who threatened traditionalists a wanted terrorist rather. You can read that on page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper. Who will manage the release of water from Lado Dam, says the federal government. That's on page 9 of the newspaper. Navy smashes transborder oil syndicate, arrests 5 suspects. That's on page 6 of the newspaper. No NYC law stops core members from becoming ministers, but that's according to a source. You can read that up on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. Niger coup, France defies junta's order for ambassador to leave Niamey. That's on page 29. Investors losing confidence in the economy under Tinubu. That's according to the People's Democratic Party. Kosi, I would like you to share your thoughts on the story on page 6. Kwara CP declares man who threatens traditionalists a wanted terrorist. What do you... we have been hearing a lot from the traditionalists. Let me call it the traditionalists versus the Islamic worshippers in Kwara. We have been hearing a lot from them lately. The Islamic clerics sending delegates to warn people, traditional loyalists rather, to warn traditional loyalists against celebrating the Isesi festival. We've been hearing a lot. Although Nigeria, in our constitution makes room for freedom of worship. So it's really a surprise when we see news like this.
It's really, I don't know whether I would like to say, it's funny. It's funny why some people would think that their religion is bigger than others. Yes. I feel whether you're worshiping Allah, gods, we are still worshiping the same God. I don't know. Okay,
that's a bit controversial. That statement is very controversial.
It's not about being controversial. I just feel that
some people believe that that's what we are worshiping different.
No. I just feel if you believe this what works for you, it works for you. Some people are
personally, I don't feel they are the same. I don't feel they're the same.
They're the same because
I don't feel
you are praying to your God to help and safeguard you. I am praying to you. You'll be calling your God Allah. I'm calling my God Jesus. Right? You are calling your own the gods of our land. We are worshiping the same person. What's difference is this is your own belief. You believe in this, I believe in that, and that's the belief that saves you. If you believe that, some people don't even believe in God. That is the atheists. They don't believe in God, and that's what saves them. They believe, most people believe in science. It still saves them. I really don't understand why we should be carrying our religion up high. Yeah, it's good to pray. It's good to believe in what you believe in. But condemning others, I don't feel is the right thing to do.
Okay.
You understand? Because if the the Yorubas, that's if the traditionalists, I mean to say, if that's what they want to, they are doing their festival. Is to them is like what Christians does. That's our Easter, our Christmas. We are celebrating our God, right?
Yes.
You see what the Muslim does? That's their Ramadan. They are praising their own God, right? And if the traditionalists, if they want to, that's what they are believing on. Because I can remember, let me take you back to the historical time when there was nothing like Christianity
Or Islam.
There was nothing like, we all have our own gods
We worship
that we worship.
traditionally.
You understand? Before the Islams came, and then that the jihad, then the Christianity came, and all that. We are worshiping our own God. Then they came. I'll be using the Christian part as an example right now. They came. They made us believe, or they are kind of to them. Some of them, most of them came through. They came to westernize us through religion, because they know that we Africans, we hold our religion up high.
Yeah.
So they came and they know that they can manipulate us through using religion. They use psychological this thing method. They know that once they say Jesus, because we Africans, we human beings, we like something, we like to be seeing something, and they brought out mirror, sugar, something we've not seen before. Imagine you looking at yourself for the first time. You're looking at yourself, seeing what you look like. Before, they don't know what that.
Yeah.
You understand? So don't you think you believe more in that person that brought, and then telling us that this is their own God is the one that brought it. Our own God is nothing. You see the psychology they use.
It's a mindset.
It's psychology that they use to penetrate us. Imagine telling you that imagine exchanging our African heritage that is worth billions, exchanging it with just sugar, exchanging it with just mirror. Today, mirror is like everything, because you're looking at yourself. So imagine they're telling you, if you want to see Jesus, enter this boat, only for you to enter and they're taking you away to serve in their farms, to serve them, to be their servants, and they are your Lord. You are practically worshiping them. We see them as gods because of their skin color. So all these things, you see that whether we believed before in a traditional African tradition.
Yeah.
You understand? Before the coming of Christianity. Christianity is still good because I'm a Christian. You understand? I wasn't in the time of the traditional this thing. I wasn't born then. But I'm still talking that one's belief or one's tradition is still the absolute best. The best thing is whatever you believe in, hold it there. If you know that you don't believe in God, fine, but with me, I can't tell you to come. I can't emancipate you into my own culture because I know that my own God is.
Because I feel
that my own is better. No. If you don't want to believe in my own God, that is fine by me. I know where I'm coming from. I know who I'm serving. I know what He has done for me. I can't consider you a pagan just because you don't believe in my own. So for the man to threaten the traditionalists, I feel that it's not even the way that even Allah would have wanted it. You understand? I feel that every person have the right to worship. If that's what you believe in, you can do it. So telling the
traditionalists.
No, the people, alarm the community to sack the wife and the husband from the shop they are using to provide or to feed for their family. I think it's not right
Because of their belief, people having to face that kind of bullying.
To me, it's bullying. Yeah, yes. It's bullying because it's wrong. It's wrong if you believe in a certain being. That's okay. as long as you know what, as long as you're not trying to influence it on others, that's fine. So to me, I feel that Nigeria is made up of or it's a country made up of different beliefs. People worship different gods, and it's okay because the constitution permits it. So trying to emancipate your own belief emancipate your belief or putting your belief on others, I feel is wrong. It's a wrong move from the person. And whatever you believe in, that's okay by people. That's okay by me too. That's okay by you. As long as that's what is saving you, that's okay. So that's my own honest thoughts on this.
All right, thank you very much for that beautiful contribution. We have diverse traditions, diverse religions in this country. People believe in different things. Even our constitution makes room for any kind of belief, any kind of worship.
As long as it doesn't harm people,
yes,
that's okay.
So people should, I feel like people should be more tolerant of other people's religion.
Just
because we always have these issues of people frowning at other, like the Christians. Some Christians feel a certain way about the Islam. The Islams feel a certain way about Christianity. We always have that issues of people trying to look down on other people's religion. Like they are not doing the right thing.
If Nigeria is able to walk past all this belief and see each other as human being, love each other as human being without considering the tribe or the religion this person is worshiping, I feel that's even the best place, or that's even what will make Nigeria a better place. Because a lot of problem Nigeria is having now is religious crisis and then tribalism too. So I feel if Nigeria is able to walk past or look past the tribe and the religion of one or of each other, I feel we will live in harmony.
I feel that Nigerians should be tolerant with each other's religion because we are a country with diverse traditions, diverse beliefs. So we all have to open our hearts to accommodate people, because we have this issue of the Muslims looking at the Christians in a certain way, like they're not doing the right thing, and the Christians looking at the Muslim like they're not doing the right thing. We always have that issues, and when you see us getting into arguments, we want to show that our religion is superior to the other person's own.
Exactly, which is very wrong, because I used to tell people that Nigeria, if Nigeria can overlook or walk through or walk past the issue of religion and tribalism, you see that Nigeria will be a place where people can live in with harmony. I know that we are the same people, considering notwithstanding the religion or the tribe we are from. As long as we are human beings, they should love each other, not thinking about because this person is not Muslim, the person is not my brother. This person is not from Igbo, this person is not my brother. But if they can walk past all these religious crisis and then tribalism, I feel that Nigeria is going to be a very great place. And to the cleric leaders, both the imam and the pastors, I feel they have a better work to do in terms of their followers, because most of these followers, they look up to them as role model, right? So they have work to do to tell them that whether Christian, Muslim, we are one. We are one. No matter what happened, we are one. They should overlook it and not holding your belief strictly and considering other people's belief as nothing. So
very important.
Exactly.
We should welcome the diversity, the belief, and the beauty of other people's religion. It's really beautiful that way. That way our country can work successfully. That's where we draw our curtains for today. It was a fun time on the newspaper review with you. I still remain your host, Sophia Jan, and I didn't do this alone. I did this with Kosi. Thank you for joining us on the show once again.
I really enjoyed myself, I won't lie.
Thank you very much. All right, you can also be a part of the show. Follow us on all our social media handles. We're on Instagram, tabtv_ng. We're on Twitter, tabtv_ng. We're also on Facebook, tabtvng, and on TikTok too, tabtv_ng. Do well to follow us on all our social media handle. Until we meet next time, same station, stay safe.